VA disability compensation, or pay, offers a monthly tax-free payments to veterans who got sick or injured while serving in the military and to veterans whose service made an existing condition worse. According to vetcom.us, 66% of 20 million U.S. veterans have never filed a VA disability compensation claim or were totally denied, and they are collecting $0. My next guest set out to change that. Joining me now on set, we've got Marine Corps veteran Kate Monroe. Kate is the CEO of vetcom.us, publicly traded company that helps veterans receive VA benefits. Kate, great to have you here in studio with us, and thank you for your service as well. Talk to us about your story, how you got to where you are today, starting the business that helps other veterans.
Well, I think getting to where I got to today wouldn't have happened if I didn't go in the Marine Corps. I went into the Marine Corps, a lot of things happened to me that probably shouldn't have. You know, I was assaulted in the Marine Corps, I smashed my nose and eye socket, my elbow, my ankle, but I would get in a time machine and do all that again if it meant I would be right here, right now, talking to you about helping veterans. So I think it gives you a little bit of resiliency. You know, to be an entrepreneur, to start your own business, you need grit, resiliency, drive, determination, and I think I gathered all those things together by having served.
What do you often hear from veterans that are looking to start their own business, and what are the tips that you offer them even in those conversations?
Well, veterans have a totally different path to entrepreneurship or creatorship than everyone else. I mean, you could transition directly out of active duty service in SkillBridge and go work for a company like Vetcom. So if you're active duty watching this, you can come work for me right before you get out. But I always tell people the number one thing you should do is go work in a business similar to the one you want to start, because you may find you don't like it at all, or you may find I'm totally suited to do this. I think you should find a mentor, put together a business plan. But most importantly, it takes a lot of grit, drive, and determination. And I always tell people, start small and build on that. Like, so for instance, I tell a lot of people, if you're in sales, guess what? You can work for me and you technically have your own business because you have your pay plan. You can work as many hours as you want and make money. I would tell veterans, go into the trades, electrician, plumber, contractor, start, apprenticeship and work your way up. Over 2 years, you can own one of the biggest businesses in the country. Your
business is critical in helping and making sure that veterans do get their benefits as well. What are some tips for veterans who are sitting, watching, and trying to figure out and realizing, hey, I'm not getting any of my benefits that I am owed at this point? So what are your tips for veterans to help get their benefits?
Well, I think the first tip would be, if you're part of the 66% of people that's never made a claim, right now, when you stop watching me, get on va.gov and file an intent to file. That's you telling the VA, hey, I'm going to make a claim. Then you have a year to decide what you're going to do, but stop doing nothing. That's the first thing. Get out of the trench, start doing something. The next thing is, you might need expert help. You might have tried it on your own. You might be underrated and tried these free services, and you go, I'm sort of at the point I need help, and we would love to help you at vetcom.us. We'd be, like to be there for you, like you're your buddy in this. But the third thing would be, stop thinking that you don't deserve it and that someone deserves it more. This is the number one reason people aren't rated, because some other hero veteran, I let it stop me for 12 years. And so you deliver yourself whole to the service, you come out less than whole, that delta, you are owed that. And it could be up to $3,700 per month tax-free for life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so as you're thinking about so many veterans being able to get back into the workforce or start their own business, what are some of the top skills that you see in common across veterans because of their experience that is immediately something that transfers into any type of role or job?
Well, I would talk to all the other businesses out there. If you're leery of hiring veterans because you don't really understand what is on their resume, so you go, where do I put them in the mailroom? Do I put them leading an organization? I had a two-star general come and see me this week, and he said that somebody tried to give him like a front desk position, and he was running a battalion. Like, they just didn't understand what they had. Veterans are so resilient, so gritty. They typically have been managing people. Even these young people might have been managing 100 people, might have been managing a massive budget. A lot of these people have already been working on equipment. Yeah. There's great jobs being a mechanic, doing construction, electrical, plumbing. You can make a very good living today.
I think you mentioned something really critical, which is that there is perhaps not an understanding by so many hiring managers, so many businesses. How can, and what are the top questions that businesses and hiring managers should be asking when they do see an application from a veteran come across their desk?
Well, I think the first question the business should be asking themselves is, before they ask a veteran a question, they should be asking themselves, why am I not a SkillBridge provider? Why wouldn't I take the government up on 6 months of free labor, and all I have to do is hire this person when they get out of the service? That means I get to train them on the government's dime. I get 6 months of free labor. We enjoyed this year $200,000 in free labor at vetcom.us, and that helps us with our profit margin, and we hired all of those people on to be employees. So ask yourself that question first. Become a SkillBridge provider. I will show you how to do it. The second thing is when talking to veterans, ask them where they see themselves in your organization. Rather than you trying to shove them somewhere, talk to them about your organization and let them tell you where they think that they fit best. Let them really pitch you their soft skills, their real skills that they have.
Yeah, great insights. Kate Monroe, CEO of vetcom.us. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Today.